core philosophy behind the map and the level design of Dark Times?
We like to work pretty thematically with the way that we build content for the games that we develop. A lot of the time, we'll take a look at the philosophy we've set in place for the direction of the entire experience and then see how we could branch off from that to do something in a similar vein for the level design. And one of the big core pillars for us is that brutality, it's that cunning. And you can't really have one without the other because then you don't really get the feeling of it, right? If we just imagine, I've mentioned this in previous episodes too, that if you have, let's say, a gladiator in an arena, if it was just all brutal, then you wouldn't get the MacGyver feel of like a gladiator experience, right? Because a lot of the time you'll see them fumble, they might lose a shield, so have to look around and scrounge for something else. So that's not just brutal, it's also cunning because they're also thinking about things. And so we wanted to make sure that those pillars were able to shine through level design as well. And the way we do this in very simple terms is trying to evoke those emotions through just playing the level we've designed, essentially. So you should feel cunning just playing the game. You should feel brutal just playing the game. And so how do we then go ahead and create these encounters? And we look at things really from the emergent lens. Emergence is a big topic in game design, but it just means that a game is built in, let's just say, parts. There's running, there's jumping, and we leave it up to the player and level design to encourage a way of combining those two things together. So in Mario, when you first play Super Mario Brothers, you'll come, like literally in the first screen, you'll come across a gap, and a lot of players will just walk first because they only learn to move left and right. So they might walk off the ledge and realize, okay, I probably need to jump. So then they'll walk up to the ledge, jump forward, but they haven't taken a run up, so they'll still won't make it. They'll get further, but they won't make the gap. You actually have to run and jump at the end to clear it, because that will then form the long jump. Long jump is an emergent mechanic or emergent dynamic that happens as a result of combining two mechanics together, right? So we use that idea of emergence because a lot of these games that we've used as reference, Breath of the Wild, Gang Beasts, they lean into this as well. I mentioned multiple times that in Breath of the Wild, you can fire an arrow that's on fire. If that hits something that is made of flammable material like grass or something like that, it can catch. That concept is emergence, the catching of fire onto this thing. That's just happening because the systems work in a specific way, and this specific material is combustible, right? Or it is affected by fire. And so when these two things come into contact, it creates this thing that you didn't really know was going to happen. You had an idea based on reality and what could happen, but you tried in the game, it actually works, right? So this is this emergent gameplay where every time you play, you're gonna have a different story to tell. And that's really the philosophy behind every map. You could replay this many times, and because you can combine all of the things, the execution points, the weapons, the elements like fire and ice, you can combine all of these things together to create something that's different every time. And that's really the core philosophy behind the level design itself at a high level.